I don't think we've had any success with Google Ads. Statistically, YouTube is the second largest search platform in the world next to Google. A bit guilty of not trying other channels. Last year, we went big on LinkedIn. How do you do something that's so different than everybody else that you stand out because you're just not part of the noise?
What's the next step? How do we find the next big thing before it comes along?
We're building the greatest technology marketing team, minimum the northwest of England. How can we bring that dream to life?
Shit.
Oh, shit. Hello, welcome to this little chat. Today we're talking about marketing and the kind of things we've been trying to grow our business and how we're really stepping up our game for this year. I'm Chris.
And I'm Mike.
Let's take it away.
What we've been doing, we've been having some success and some not success with Google Ads.
I don't think we've had any success with Google Ads.
We haven't had any.
I think we've had some inquiries, but I feel like Google Ads are mega money and we're just not seeing the return. Now, I think we've got some ideas as to why that is. I think we've been targeting some keywords that we could definitely improve upon. We've been going after a lot of top of funnel when I think we need to be. I think Google needs to be bottom of funnel given the price cost per click. I think also we've got some work to do on optimization around pages and getting the flow better and getting that user experience optimized, answering the actual search query. Because we've noticed that, and we're guilty of just running ads on terms that don't necessarily match the landing page, which leads to a really high bounce rate, an atrocious bounce rate, because you're not answering the query. And I think also then looking at the ad copy and just spending some time, maybe starting again with it and just doing it bit by bit and refining it and getting, do 5 keywords really well, do another 5 keywords really well, and then just keep going. I think at the moment we've thrown quite a lot of keywords at it, and I think that's perhaps not the way to go. And the other thing is I think we're a bit guilty of not trying other channels. Last year we went big on LinkedIn. We were running 5 campaigns on LinkedIn a month, and we were getting I remember at one point we were getting 50, 60 leads a month off LinkedIn, but it was all top of funnel. There was no bottom of funnel stuff in it. Whereas we kind of need to be I think we've learned that LinkedIn's great for targeting people, but it's not so good for people that want to buy right now because you can't target that on LinkedIn. You can just get in front of your target audience. There's nothing to say they're necessarily going to have a need immediately. But yeah, I'm personally loving the more creative stuff that we're doing. So this, the podcast. Yeah.
So I guess what we're trying to do is sidestep all of that noise, that all of those channels that everybody goes through to get people's attention. We're trying to be what's the next step? How do we find the next big thing before it comes along? Yeah,
it's that Purple Cow we spoke about, which is a book by Seth Godin. How do you do something that's so different than everybody else that you stand out because you're just not part of the noise? And that's why we tried to get the YouTube channel established, which I think we've been successful with. I know we've not got thousands of subscribers, but I feel like we've had success with that because it's shown that there are people out there searching for the content that we produce.
Yeah.
And so, while we might not be getting thousands of views, we're getting hundreds of views. Those hopefully are the types of people that might want to work with us in the future or now. Yeah, okay, we might occasionally make a video like the PC build one where it's a bit more wider mass market video because, they're fun to do. But we know that our channel's not necessarily made up loads of those, but we've got loads of sick content planned for that channel.
Yeah.
We just need the time, and that's why we're hiring some more people.
The idea that we're trying to get to is that even the stuff that's not mass appeal, you can go to it and watch it and be somewhat entertained because of how we've produced it, how we've done it.
I mean, that video we've done with Cohesity is an absolute banger.
Yeah.
I mean, whether that video is actually out by now, when this goes out, I don't know. But there is nobody in the brand space, from a technology brand perspective, doing stuff like that. I watched a video the other day on Linus Tech Tips where they go into Pure Storage's HQ, and it was super technical, but there was a lot of in data center shots and close-ups of hardware, and I think it was interesting. I was more sort of had it on in the background while I was making tea. I wasn't entertained by it, and I think we're trying to bring something slightly different to the table. Obviously, it was a really cool video, but there's so much out there in the tech space that I think is underrepresented on YouTube, and there's a massive opportunity for us as a business to kind of capitalize on that.
Yeah.
And make really cool content that's not always all about selling, but showcasing what we can do.
I think what I've learned in the past year is just you can have fun just being really creative and make these sort of maybe slightly things that are traditionally quite dry subjects really entertaining, really something to look at.
I think the thing I like is the sort of the low budget tracked campaigns that we've like started to do with like the summer one that we've got coming, and the sysadmin day thing that we've just done with like the email that went out and the free coffee for any sysadmins and stuff like that, stuff that looks after our customers. And it's relatively inexpensive, but it's that feel good factor for clients.
It's some fun,
I think it is cool. And I think also the other little be able to spend like, $500, $600, $700, £1,000 on a campaign and actually track that and say, right, we did this campaign, it cost us £1,000, but actually it got us 4 leads. I mean, like, we've just done a campaign where we were at a cost per lead of £100. We've got 3 leads off the back of that campaign that we did. And actually, Google, we can spend that a week easy. We can spend probably even like £500, £600 a week on Google and not see like that kind of return. It's just, that's great. I mean, even these places where you buy leads, they might be like $4.50 a lead, and they give that lead to 3 people. So if we could build a scalable model where we can come up with like micro campaigns and do them for that kind of price and generate leads at that sort of rate, that's great. That's effectively like the holy grail that we've been trying to work towards.
Yeah. And there's stuff like that does cost us money directly, which could be cheaper per lead. But there's also stuff that we want to be doing that we've done a little bit of, like the webinars. That is kind of more in-house time, but it's worthwhile. And I know we've had valuable leads from those webinars that we've done.
The webinars, they definitely take like a decent amount of time to put together. You need to put some money behind the promotion element to them, get them out in front of your current customers and prospective clients. And I think some of it's definitely like having the database to market to and having that clean, which we've now got. We've got someone in the business that is prospecting new clients, and that is producing us a nice clean list of people that we might want to work with. And then actually that's going to let us get that out in front of more people and get more people on the webinars. And I think we've learned a lot. Like, the big thing that we've been, I think, like heavy on the past few weeks is the hook. Like, how can we make something that is super punchy in the first 5 seconds and really get someone's attention?
It's the TikTok generation, isn't it? It's like, if you're scrolling through Facebook and you've not been grabbed by something in the time that it takes to scroll past it, then you've missed your chance.
Yeah, we've definitely we want everything now.
Yeah.
And we want it to be entertaining. And once you start to know more of like what creators do to achieve that, you can spot it in videos. Like, there's a really good interview with like Mr. Beast, I think we've both watched, and he talks about reintroducing a hook at certain parts of the video to get someone's attention, to get them excited, to get them back on board, to bring them back into the story. And they're really, obviously he's got so much data to drive that from. And we're starting to see that now. Like, we try different things, and that bit worked. They stayed for that bit. They left at this bit. How can we do more of that? And then, like you were just saying, like before this, like if you watch our old videos and then watch the new stuff, it's like night and day.
Yeah. There's been a steep learning curve. And me and Stavros are talking at the moment about like, how can we change the video up every 30 seconds? So as soon as somebody's like, get a bit bored of this, we change it.
Yeah.
And then we give them something fresh to be like, oh, this is cool. Like, I mean, we were talking about doing an auto patch video, and like I came up with a bunch of ideas, like for an intro, for example, but then they could apply throughout the video for different sections of the video. So like we could use essentially one of those things that I created for a hook every 30 seconds and have a new scene with a different video, a different hook, essentially.
Yeah. And I think that's, if we can take those learnings and apply them to what is effectively like IT.
Everything.
Yeah, everything. IT content is quite difficult to stomach sometimes because it's a screen recording. It's putting parts in a server. It's a data center.
Yeah.
It's a lot of the same. And if we can do that and make it entertaining, I think that's massive, because it's more people get to learn about it, more people get interested in it, and then more people get to know about us, I suppose.
Yeah.
I think the next step for us, we've been trying to come up with like what we do next, and we kind of realize that we've got a bottleneck in terms of resources. So I know we've got a marketing exec role we're advertising for, and we're going to be getting a copywriter trying to give us a bit more time. I think that'll be massive. And then like SEO, PR, like all the bits that we've perhaps tried before, but when we knew less about what we were trying to do. I think now we're a little bit clearer in terms of like our expectations and what we want to do.
Yeah,
I'm pretty excited about that.
I mean, there are some things like the SEO that kind of need doing anyway by somebody that knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Regardless of how much we think we need.
Yeah. I guess the goal is to be everywhere that you can be, where your ideal customer is looking for you, so that when they search, they either know about you through something that you've done, or they you like stand out in their mind and they can recall thinking about you. And then when they search for you, they find your brand and that proof that you can do a good job for their query. And that's kind of what we've got to work towards.
So one of our biggest videos at the moment is the Citrix on-prem versus cloud.
Yeah.
It's so simple. Like, you're just explaining what the difference is, how you make one work almost as good as the other.
Yeah.
Just the factualness of that, I think, it really appeals to people. It's like, look, I feel like that's exactly what we need. We're getting in front of people, showing that we are the experts in this field, and hopefully keeping in front of their minds if ever they're looking for somebody to help them.
So imagine if we had 50 videos like that, which is definitely like achievable over the course of like a year and a half or a year or whatever.
Yeah.
And imagine if they're just out there, people are searching, finding those videos. And it might not be a huge search volume, but just every day you're getting fresh people discovering you through your content. Like, I think what people talk about now is like ungating everything. So you become your own production studio, you produce all your own content that is interesting, legitimately interesting. Not just, here's a free white paper that we know you're not really going to read. We just want you to sign up for the webinar, or, whatever it might be.
It's the Chris Do, Gary V, Steven Bartlett model of attracting attention, isn't it? Here's some cool free shit that you might learn something from.
Yeah. I think so. The Gary Vee thing is jab, right hook, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
give away. And I guess I just want to like give everything. And my thing is more so that like we know that obviously if we do a video on how to build, like for example, like one thing we've been doing a lot of recently is Azure Virtual Desktop. Let's say we do a video on exactly how to build that start to end, just like how we build it, minus any of our like internal intellectual property that we've built to make the process easier. We know that people can follow that, right? But the chances are people don't want to follow that. There will be some that do, maybe like 50% plus that follow that guide and just go and build it. But actually there's a whole load of people there that don't. They just want to find someone that's the expert and ask them to go and fix that problem for them.
I've had that exact same experience before.
Yeah.
For myself. Maybe I didn't even know I had a problem, but like I've come across this video, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And then it's this person explaining exactly how to solve this problem. I'm like, right, okay, can I have your phone number, please? Because I need you to sort this out for me.
We did exactly the same thing with the LinkedIn ads.
Yeah.
So we were like, how do we do this thing in LinkedIn? How do we build, what's the right campaign structure and how should we do all this stuff? Searched the videos, found someone in the videos who had a lot of like really good, literally just giving away all their knowledge for free, did a screen cap loom video, not super high production quality, watched it, was like, this is cool, this is what we need. And then I was like, I don't really want to do this, but this guy knows what he's doing, let's reach out to him. And then we started working with him. And maybe that's where we'll see search go, like who knows. But it's like I'm pleasantly surprised by the amount of like search volume. Statistically, YouTube is the second largest search platform in the world next to Google.
To be honest, if I can't find something on, like, if I'm looking for something, I'll either look on YouTube or Google. Depends kind of what it is.
It's funny, right? When we do the screen cap stuff, we're explaining how to set something up. Literally in the stats, you can see someone scrubbing through the YouTube video. Just click, drag, find in the frame where we start doing the screen cap, play, and then literally just skip through that with to find the right piece of content that they need.
Yeah.
But that's what that's there for.
Yeah.
So we're building the greatest technology marketing team in hopefully the whole of the UK, or at minimum the northwest of England. And what components do you think make that? How can we bring that dream to life?
We certainly need experienced people who know what they're doing, and at least if they're not experienced, they are very eager. You know, I feel like you get the right person at the right time in their life. It doesn't matter where they know stuff; they'll figure it out quickly.
Yeah, our goal is to become the best known technology company.
Yeah.
In the UK for doing the types of services that we provide to customers and fixing the kind of problems and challenges that we solve for our clients. Hiring the experts in, but most of all, like that raw passion, that enthusiasm, that energy and creativity to just run with like these micro campaigns. If we can scale that and do like 5 micro campaigns a month and spend our budget across 5 campaigns, I'd rather do that than run one campaign and spend a fortune and it not work out. Because we're small and we're agile, we can test things, we can try little things. Yeah, that's quite exciting for all of us, I think. Just doing this YouTube, like having this conversation here, nothing's wrong. Like if we can do it, why not? We need a team that believes in that formula of like, let's just keep trying until something sticks. Yeah, definitely. If you are looking for a job, either as a copywriter or you think you want to join the team and do some form of marketing, job titles like senior marketing exec, but we're open to pretty much anyone who's creative, loves to come up with ideas. Right attitudes, 100%. Yeah, send us an email with your CV to careers@synextra.co.uk.
Tear down.
Let's tear down. Rapid mofo.